to the channel. Monica Luve here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing a personalized reading on the channel live for one of the viewers that decided to choose me as doing their personal reading. So before I get started in the personal reading, I'm just going to do a little bit of explaining, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about how the reading works and what to expect, okay? Now, the first thing that I want to mention is this is going to be a personalized reading, okay? So I want to make that clear because a lot of the times when I'm doing personalized readings, people think that I'm doing all signs, or they think that I'm answering questions for donations. And I just want to make it clear that this is not a all signs reading. It is not a reading for individual signs, and it's not ask a question, get an answer, okay? So this is going to be a personalized reading for one of our viewers, okay? And the viewer's pseudonym is Brenda, okay? And it's order number 80388, okay? So 80388. Now, I just want to mention that all personal readings are sold out. I'm not offering them anymore at this time. So if you're interested in a personal reading with me, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are keeping up with the channel so that when I announce the next personalized reading with me, I will let you all know on the channel, okay? So, and it's really important that you are watching because you want to make sure that when you're watching this channel is when you're going to find out when personal readings are available, okay? So just keep that in mind. I do not announce personal readings outside of YouTube, okay? So if somebody contacts you outside of YouTube, if somebody is telling you to send them money, that is not me. I only offer personalized readings live on the channel, okay? Everybody knows that. So I just want to make sure that is clear, okay? So the way this reading is going to work, I am going to be pulling 3 cards for the past, 3 cards for the present, 3 cards for the future, okay? I'm going to clarify each card, and I'm going to say the messages of what is actually going on with the energy between the past, the present, and the future. I'm going to clarify each card, and then when I'm done that, I'm going to also be looking at advice, okay? So what's the advice for the situation? I'm going to also be pulling an important card for your challenge, okay, Brenda? I'm going to be pulling a card for your challenge to see what challenge are you facing in this relationship? Why is this happening? What is it that you need to learn from this, okay? Oftentimes when things go wrong or we have challenges in our relationship, it's because there's something that is challenging us. And it's better to be aware of that so that we can take the steps to figure it out and make it right, okay? So that's the way that's gonna work. And then the second portion of the reading is going to be about your person, okay? And I just wanna make sure that all those details have been mentioned, okay? So I'm just gonna go over to the personal reading just to make sure I am. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a look. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I did mention 3 cards. Okay, so the second portion is going to be about your person, okay? And it's gonna be 3 cards for your advice. I did mention that. And then the second portion of the reading is going to be about your person. How do they feel, okay? And the actions they're likely to take towards you. Also how they're viewing you. We're gonna see how they're viewing you and the potential outcome for you and this person. And if they had something to say to you, what would they say? So we're gonna look at that. Now, with that being said, before I get into the reading, I just wanna let you all know that when you have a chance, thank Brenda for purchasing a personalized reading, okay? Because the personalized reading may resonate with you. It may be something that connects with you on a deeper level, and you may learn something from this, okay? So don't be quick to, not be interested in this reading because it may have something that's connected to you. Now, Brenda is a Virgo, okay, in Western astrology. She is a Leo Virgo in Vedic. And her person is a Capricorn, okay? And I believe her person is on the cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius, which is typically the case. We're usually one sign, behind when we're looking at Vedic, okay? So I have the paperwork here and the study that I've been doing, because like I said to you all, I don't just shuffle cards and make stuff up and say, yeah, that's your reading. I don't do that, okay? I sit down with my partner, like I have for the last 2.5 days, and I've been studying Brenda and her person, and I know everything here, okay? I have not included the birth dates for privacy reasons. I'm not gonna be sharing birth dates, but I'm gonna be just showing the charts quickly, okay? So these are the charts. I have Brenda and her person, so as you can see, I've studied these, okay? And the second portion of the study that I've been doing is on the human design, okay? So the human design is your rave chart, and the rave chart is your genomes, okay? We have the genomes and the chromosomes, okay? Which we have 64 of them. So as you can see, everybody has one of these charts. Everybody has one of these charts, okay? And what this is gonna do is it's gonna explain who you are. What is your function? How do you function? How do you work? Some of us have, you know, certain qualities and characteristics that we need to know about ourselves. The more we know about ourselves and our partner, the more likely our relationships are gonna be successful. So what I'm gonna do for you, Brenda, is before I get into your reading, I'm gonna tell you what I've looked at and what I've determined here. And if I don't cover something here or you wanna know more information, one of the things that I wanna let you all know is when you get a personalized reading with me, you have access to me forever. So let's say, for example, you know, you are watching this reading, I don't know, a year from now, and something pops in your mind and you're like, oh, I wanna ask Monica about this. You can always contact me by email, or you can contact me in my chat on my website, www.monicaluve.ca, and there's a little chat bubble at the bottom. So if you've purchased a personalized reading with me, you can ask me anything at any time, and I will stop what I'm doing and I will help you, okay? So that's the perk of actually purchasing and getting a reading with me. You have access to me indefinitely, okay? As long as I'm here and alive, I'm willing to help, okay? So I just want to keep that, I want you to keep that in mind. Now, I know, Brenda, you asked me to talk about your children, and I agreed to do that because I love what I do, so I agreed to do that. Now, I'm not going to talk about them on here because for this reading, this is about you and your person, and that's specifically what this reading is. However, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you some information about what I found out about your children, okay, in email, because that's a little more personal and I don't want to, you know, get too caught up. I wanna make sure I'm focusing on you and your person, okay, because that's the main thing, right? Okay, so if you have any questions about that, and of course, Brenda is going to have an opportunity to sit down with our special spiritual advisor, okay, who is going to go even more deeper, okay? So I'm doing kind of like a surface base here with the human design and your astrology and the tarot reading. And then, you know, when you get into that meeting, you're going to go a lot more deeper. You're going to find out a lot more about your person from the time they were born until, you know, the time that you are, you know, aging up until that point, okay? So the whole life, we're gonna be looking at that, and we're gonna see how that is functioning for you, okay? Now, I have 2 new decks because I'm using new decks in the personalized reading, so they're clean decks. I have shuffled off camera, okay? So what I've done is I've shuffled off camera and I've focused in on your energy to have your energy and your person's energy in the deck. I also have a second tarot deck that I'm using as well. Okay, and this is going to be the clarification. I don't know if I'm going to use this for clarification, the other one we'll see, but this is going to be the 2 decks that I'm using. I also have a 3rd deck just in case there's a malfunction or anything and I need to, okay? This deck was really calling to me, and so was the gold deck. And one of the things that I did before I did your reading, before I got prepared and did everything, I kind of just opened the deck to see what kind of energy, and I actually got 2 of the same cards, and the 2 cards that I got for you, Brenda, was the 3 of Pentacles. So one of the things that I feel for you is you and your person, I feel like you're gonna work things out. I don't feel like you're gonna get a divorce or you're gonna break up. I really, intuitively, I don't feel that, okay? And I also feel that this person is a soulmate. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like they're a soulmate, and I'm gonna talk to you how I've determined that. I'm gonna explain to you how I've determined that and why I believe that, okay? So what I'm gonna do before we get started, I'm gonna briefly talk about your chart, your person's chart, what I found, and what I've learned about you. Now, the first thing I'm just gonna mention to you, I have information about you and your person right here, okay? This is all based on research and information that I've done. And I also have your incarnated cross. So your incarnated cross for you and your person is going to explain your function. Why are you here? What are you here to learn? We all have something to learn, okay? So if we think that we're going to be born, you know, in this plane and we're just coming here to just float around and do whatever, that's not the case. The reality is we're here to become the best version of ourselves so that when we pass on, our soul can really grow and really learn, okay? That's the whole main purpose of all of this, of this life in general, okay? So I'm going to be talking about that, which this is very interesting information. I love it. So I'll talk about that in a moment. The other thing I want to mention is I have another deck here for your person, okay, in terms of how they feel, how they're viewing you, etc. So I'm going to also be using that as well too, okay? So without further ado, we're going to get started into the reading. And like I said, this is a personalized reading. So if you want to stay and you want to watch, you're welcome to stay and watch. If you don't, that's fine. I'll see you later, okay? So this is Brenda's time right now. And Brenda, when I was looking at your person, I'm going to start off with the human design. Now this is the human design. As I mentioned, it is a rave chart. Okay. So this is the, this is you. Okay, Brenda, this is you. Okay. So when you have a chance after this live, you can pause and you can kind of look. Now, if you want your chart, okay, you can get it. I can send it to you if you're interested. I can send both you and your person chart and information. If that's what you want, let me know and I can do that. So let's start off with you first. Now, you're a generator, okay? So you're a generator. So as a generator, what this means is you have tons and tons and tons of energy, okay? So you can create things. You are the master at what you do. You are someone here who has energy, okay? You have the life force energy. Now, your person is a projector, which is a beautiful, beautiful energy. And actually, my partner and I'm a projector and my partner's a generator. So we know a lot about projector and generator relationships. And projector and generator relationships are really beautiful because the projector is someone who guides, okay? The projector, which is your person, here's your person, okay? So the projector is someone who guides. So if you're a projector, okay, and your person's a projector, or you're watching in your projector, you'll know that projectors are people who are guiding others. They do not have a sacral center. So the sacral is here in the middle. And as you can see, Brenda's person, their sacral is open. So this person is a projector, and the projectors tend to not have as much energy as the generators. So what the projectors do is they need generators, okay? Generators are what help them get through the daily grind, okay? Around 70% of the population are generators and about 21% of the population are projectors. So you can see there are less projectors and there's more generators. So projectors are the people who guide others. They show others the way. They really kind of get into you and they really focus on you, okay? And that's something I feel you need, Brenda. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when I looked at your chart, one key thing that really stood out to me is you're repeating a life, okay? You may not know this, but you've lived this life before and you're repeating it again because there's something that you didn't learn in the previous life. And there's a reason why you've been really attracted to getting a personal reading with me, because what I do in my personal readings, I set people free. I show them what they need to work on. I show them exactly clearly what's going on. And then they say, oh, okay, now I know what to do. So for you, I'm going to show you how I know you are repeating a life, okay? Again, and this is your astrology chart. Now, your astrology chart, you have a stellium. As you can see here, there's 4 planets. You have the moon, the sun, the north node, and you have Pluto, okay, in the 6th house in Virgo, which is really interesting. You're a rising Aries, okay? You're a rising Aries, you're a moon Virgo, and you're a sun Virgo, okay? So you're a double Virgo and you're a rising Aries. So you are someone who your focus is mainly on service. You're really good at serving others, giving to others. People like you. You're very likable, okay? That's one thing that we picked up on in your reading. We know you're very likable. People want to be around you. You're somebody who gives people abundance. You have the power to give people abundance. You have the power to make people's lives better. That's what you have. That's your gift that you have, okay? You're somebody who you're very focused on relationships. As you can see, Venus and Mercury are in the 7th house and it's in Libra. Okay, so one of the things that I've noticed is if you see the sun is conjunct the north node, usually the north node is in opposition to the sun, right? Which is a form of moving to the next level, moving to the next level. When the sun is conjunct your north node, it means that there's something here that you need to learn about yourself. And this is a life, your life right now is about you learning how to balance yourself. Your life is about you learning to love yourself. Your life is about you elevating yourself and working on yourself. You may be very quick to help other people and do things for other people, and then you forget about yourself, okay? That's a common thing that I'm seeing here. So as you can see, it's not a coincidence that you have Mars as your rising, and you have the north node, or excuse me, the north node conjunct well, it's not really conjunct, but it's very close to your sun, okay? A conjunction is within, I would say, 5 orbs, okay? So orbs are the level of degrees in terms of how close it is. So you are gonna go through your whole entire life a major transformation, okay? And when I looked at your chart, one of the things that stood out to me was the 40. So right here, as you can see, there is a 40, line number 40, where the triangle is. And this line number 40 represents the fact that you are someone who you need your space. You need that time to be on your own. It's completely normal for you to have that because as you can see, your left angle cross of the plane is your incarnated cross. Your incarnated cross is your destiny, what your purpose is, what spirit wants you to focus on. And left angle, okay, both you and your person are left angle. What does left angle mean? Well, left angle means you have transpersonal karma. So transpersonal karma, we have transpersonal profiles, we have juxtaposition, and then we have the right angle, okay? The right angle is someone who is making their own destiny. They're making their own destiny. They can go wherever, they can do whatever. They don't really have the kind of karma that left angles do. So you and your person are left angles and you have it's called transpersonal karma. And transpersonal karma is when we have some sort of obligation to the other. So whenever you meet somebody or you have transpersonal karma, it means that you're gonna meet certain people in your life. It is part of your destiny. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to meet me. You're supposed to meet me. You're supposed to talk to me. You're supposed to meet the spiritual advisor. That's what you're supposed to do because there is something here about you going through certain lessons in your life that you're repeating again, okay? And your soul wants to be released. Your soul wants to be released from repeating this cycle over and over and over again. So you may feel in your life, you meet certain people or you have certain experiences and you're like, I feel like this is familiar. I feel like I'm having deja vu. I feel like I've been here before. It's because you're repeating again, okay? And in order to release yourself from this karma and repeating, it is very important that you follow your authority, your inner authority, which is emotional solar plexus. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. And to also follow your strategy. So your strategy as a generator, and all generators have this, is to respond. Your job is to respond. The more you respond to things, the more you are living in your path and in your purpose, okay? So we're gonna talk about that in a moment, but I first wanna talk about your incarnated cross, okay, and the 40. So you need time alone. And if you look at your person's chart, your person also has the 40, but they also have the 37, okay? You see the number 37 with the 40, it's connecting here. And the 40 is connecting to the solar plexus. So your person is someone who takes you out of this place of loneliness. Your person is someone who brings you into the community. Your person is someone who allows you to express your skills and the things that you're good at towards the community, okay? Now, it's very important that you connect with your incarnated cross. So I'm gonna read you what your incarnated cross is for you, and then I'm gonna read it for your person, okay? So your life path and what it is that you need to focus on is this, okay? You're a left angle cross of the plane, okay? And that's 6, 36, 15, 10, okay? So when you were born, that's the incarnate. You were born in that cross, okay? Because the cross is a rave chart and it's a chart like this, Okay, so I don't have it here, but you can look it up online, human design rave chart. And it's just like an astrology chart. It kind of looks like this. It's actually a chart like this, but it's a little more different. So your incarnated cross says the following. It says, you are here to be an earthly guide, okay? Your energy of your cross is about life on the earthly plane. So you are supposed to be here. You're supposed to live a life here. You're a human, okay? So in Vedic astrology, and the spiritual advisor will talk to you more about that, there's demons, there's humans, and then there's godlike people. So we all fall in one of the three categories. Both you and your husband are humans, okay? So you're here meant to live a human life. You're here meant to have human experiences. Okay. Spiritual advisor will talk to you more about that. You are here to teach and be an example that by aligning ourselves with our human design, we will get what we need. So your job is all about self. You see ourselves aligning ourselves, and you are aligning yourself because, as you can see, the sun and the north node is conjunct. Whenever the sun and north node are conjunct in the same area, this means I'm repeating a life. I need to learn how to balance my emotions, the moon, and my outer soul mission, okay? Because the sun is about soul mission, and Pluto is also there in the 6th house. So you are going to go through major transformations throughout your whole entire life. And this has a lot to do with you serving yourself. You may feel that when you start to serve yourself, you may think, oh, I'm being selfish. I don't care. I'm like, but that's not true. That's your function. So what Spirit is saying with your design is you shouldn't feel bad about serving yourself because you are meant to be an example to others. Okay. And both you and your person are 6'2". It's not a coincidence. Look, both you and your person have a profile of 6'2". And here's your person, he also has 6'2". So you two are the people who, over your life, you're going to go through experiences that are very full of trials and tribulations. You may meet people and then disconnect from them, meet them and disconnect. But as you go through these lessons, as you get older, in your older years, you're going to start to see that you become an example to other people. So that's what you're learning to become. It says, you are here to teach, okay? So you're here to teach and be an example, like I said, that by aligning ourselves with our human design, we get what we need. So in a way, you're doing a very, very great service for all the people that are watching. So you're helping other people recognize that this is important stuff that they need to know. So you're already setting an example for other people. And it also says here, not perhaps what our mind thinks we need. Okay, so you are here to teach and be an example by aligning ourselves with our human design. We will get what we need, not perhaps what our mind thinks we need, but what our body and soul needs. Okay, so body and soul. And it's interesting because your soul is repeating a life. That's why you have transpersonal karma. It means in past lives, you didn't realize something. Okay, in past lives, your soul said, I really want to learn. I really want to fix my karma. And this is why people who have transpersonal karma like you and your person, you get tons of opportunities. Money's usually not an issue for left angle people. Left angle meet the right people. They are the ones that meet the right people. They enter into the right situations, but some left angle people don't take advantage of those opportunities. Some of us do, some of us don't. So that is your makeup, okay, as a person. And it says you are here to be the guardian of living success on the earth, this material world, okay? So your job here is to be an example. That means anything that happens in your life, you need to be able to work through it by yourself, okay? This is a big, big thing. That's what your soul wanted to do. Now for your person, they're the left angle cross of demands. So your person is very demanding. They have a very high expectation of you. And one of the things that I noticed while I was researching you and your person is your person mirrors you a lot. So they may do things and you may say, why are they doing that? Why is that happening? And they're actually showing you something within you that you need to change. So when you did your soul contract, okay, with God, and before you were incarnated into the plane and your mom had you, you chose this partner to come into your life. We always choose our partners. We don't have just one soulmate. We have multiple soulmates, but sometimes we end up staying with one soulmate for our life, for a lifetime. So your person is very high demanding. Okay, that's why they're the left angle of demand. So when your person enters into relationships or deals with people, this person has a high expectation of what they want from the other. and they're a projector, and projectors tend to be very, their aura as a projector, your person's aura is very penetrating. So when they talk to you, their focus is 100% on you. And a generator's aura is more or less for everybody else, okay? So generators tend to attract a very large group of people, whereas projectors only attract certain individuals, because what projectors do is they get right into your aura. So every single type in human design has a different aura, and they have a different way of functioning, okay? So your person's left angle cross of demand says the following. It says your cross carries energy that is useful to the other person or people. So your person is always constantly going to be, meeting new people, going here, going there, because that's their function. And when you realize and you know that that's your person's function, you're not going to be insecure about them going off and being with someone else, okay? Now, doesn't mean that it's right for this person to lie or cheat or do whatever, but the reality is your person needs other people. They do, okay? That's just their function. And it says, therefore, others will seek to connect with you to get at that energy. So people want to be with your person, okay? Because your person has some sort of energy that draws them in. And it says, this cross also offers correction. So your person's function is to correct all the time. So your person can always be correcting you, always picking at you, always this, always that. And you wanted that, okay? As much as that may sound kind of weird, you wanted that because you don't want to repeat the same life. You don't want to repeat the same life. Both you and your person have the same North Node, both of you. So you both have the same destiny, the same purpose. So when your North Node is conjunct your person, that's a sign that they're a soulmate, okay? It doesn't mean your relationship is going to be peachy keen all the time. It doesn't mean, it's going to be enjoyable all the time. There's going to be moments where this person pressures you or they do certain things and you're questioning and you're saying, well, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? You and your person have a very strong connection. Your person, I have a lot of information in my head. So let me just continue reading this and then I'll talk more about your person in terms of the other portion. You may find that you, alienate others if you offer this correction without being asked. So your person needs to learn that they need to be asked first. If somebody says, hey, what do you think about this? Or hey, do you think I should do this? Then your person is supposed to say something. If your person's just it leads to more issues, okay? So that's something that your person needs to learn. Your job is to respond to your person, okay? Not ignore, not, pretend that whatever they're saying isn't important, but really, really respond and think about what your person is saying, because their function is to create correction and to create demands. And what that does, that correction, that's something I do. I'm always correcting all on the channel, right? And that's what projectors do. We always are in this place of penetrating the other so that they can become the best version of themselves. And it says, at times you may feel taken advantage of and believe everyone is taking your energy. So your person feels that sometimes, that people are just constantly taking. And it says, over time you strive to find balance to make sure you are getting something out of the deal. So the thing is your person, they're all about making deals, okay? So they need other people. So the thing that you need to remember is, if you feel insecure that your person's going off and being with other people, it's really important that you're focusing on yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, okay? And perfecting yourself, not only working on yourself, but perfecting yourself. And that is going to be your biggest challenge because you're focused always on the other. Mercury in the 7th house, Venus in the 7th house and all in Libra. So you're all about the other person, but your rising is Aries. So you're all about focusing on self. And it says, over time, you strive to find balance to make sure you are getting something out of the deal. It is in this situation that your demands come into play. You will want to make sure what you are getting back is fair return for the energy you give out. So your person's constantly connecting with other people. And like I said, left angle people, they're always in demand because they have banks to fill. What do I mean by banks to fill? It means in past lives, you are going to meet, for example, me. Okay, you may look at me and you may say, Monica's familiar. There's something about Monica. I'm just really drawn to her. It's because I've met you before in previous lives. And we've done some sort of business together, okay? Again, we could have been connected in some sort of way. And it's not a coincidence. Every person you meet in your life as a left angle, they're meant to be in your life. There's no coincidence. And by the way, left angles do not control what happens in their life. Things just happen because that's part of their destiny. Okay. So if you're interested, I can send you this detail. And what this can do is it can really help you to remember your purpose and your person's purpose as well. Okay. I also have strength and weaknesses, which I'm not going to really talk about because I want to make sure I get into the reading. But if you're interested in learning more about this, the Vedic spiritual specialist is going to talk to you about this. And if you're interested in this, I can also send you this via email as well, just for your records. Okay. So let's get back into this. I want to talk a little bit more about the human design and astrology. So like I said, your person's a projector and you are a generator. You both are like a car, okay? Generators and projectors work as if they're like cars. And you need a body, you need the body of the car, and you need the engine. Without the body and the engine, there is no function. So one of the things that you have to realize is you and your person are very dependent on one another, okay? You need one another. It's very, very important. And you're meant to have some sort of correction. Now, another thing I noticed between you and your person, you're both emotional solar plexuses. So you have good days and you have bad days. That's completely normal, okay? You might say, well, it's not consistent, or I feel like I'm pressured all the time, or I feel like there's constant this frustration. When you're not self, okay? It's called not self theme. When you're not yourself, you get frustrated. Okay. And when your person's not themselves, they get bitter. So it's important that you and this, you and your person are aware of this, so that when the issues come up, you're not making decisions when you're in a low part of your wave. When I talk about waves, I'm talking about the solar plexus. So one of the things that I talk about is, for example, if you look back when, back many, many thousands and thousands of years ago, human beings did not develop, they were not developed through the emotional solar plexus. So the emotional solar plexus was not activated. What was activated was the spleen, okay? And the spleen is on the complete opposite side here. And the spleen is a fight or flight energy, okay? So it's like fight or flight, and we're not in that energy anymore. We don't fight for our food. We're not like animals. We drive in the car and we go to our store and pick up our food, and when we're going to get certain things, we fill out paperwork. So it's a different reality that we live in. So you and your person are the emotional solar plexus. So there's a wave, and this is how the wave is. The wave goes like this. So people who have depression, people who have anger issues, people who have, anxiety, depression, that is completely normal, okay? And the problem is society doesn't normalize that. Society says you have a problem, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go to therapy, you need to do that. But the reality is that is our way of being aware of things, okay? So if you are saying there's something wrong with this person or something wrong with you, it's not. That's your function. You are going to have days when things are great and amazing. You're going to have days when things aren't. So you need to be able to recognize that. And I think you already know that because your person has that a lot. Your person has a lot of ups and downs. Okay. Your person can be very sweet and very nice, but then they can also kind of get a little bit crazy, right? And that's something I noticed when I was doing the research. Now, you're a very calm person, and it's very similar to my partner and I, because I have a huge temper. I think you all know that. A lot of you have seen me kind of go loopy on the channel. It's just because I'm very passionate about what I do, and that's just who I am. I cannot change who I am, and I will never change who I am. And I don't recommend anybody changing unless, they feel that they need to change. You should become the best version of yourself, and that's the main thing here. So your person and you are going to have the ups and downs. And it's very important that you're understanding about this, okay? You really connect with this energy and really understand that when you and your person are in this type of energy, when you're really low on your wave, you don't want to make any decisions, because by making decisions and not really being aware of that wave can really affect decisions. So you want to make sure that if you are making a decision, you're not making a decision in the moment. You're making a decision based on, you should sleep a day or two over it, okay? So that's something that you should also consider as well too. Now, for you, your north node is number 64, and your sun is on the 6th. So there's a very strong energy here of you needing community, needing to be around people, needing to be with people, but you also need to balance that with being on your own. And your person is very driven. they have a will center. So they give you the will to do stuff. They're able to help you kind of move forward and do what it is that you need to do. Now, not all areas are filled. So that means there's going to be certain periods in your life and in your person's life where you or your person may need the other, someone else, and they may go out and they may connect with other people. It doesn't mean that your person doesn't love you. One of the characteristics that I thought was really beautiful about your person is they really love marriage. Like, they love to be married. And they're responsible, they're charming, they're helpful, they're friendly, they could be a socialite, they could be jealous as well and possessive, but they love marriage. It's not like your person doesn't like marriage. They like romance, and they're also, your person's very attractive. That's something here that I also noticed too, and you could be very good looking as well. You also like marriage as well, okay? So there's a really strong energy of a very strong connection here. You're very ambitious as well. You're very popular. People like you. Okay. And this is all the information. Like I said, I can send that to you. So based on my findings, I really, really feel that you and your person are a soulmate, and you can work through any issues that you are going through now. That's the first thing I want to mention. The next thing I want to mention is your person's north node is in the 4th house and your north node is in the 6th house. Your person's purpose is to become very connected to family, okay, in a very perfect way. So your person wants a family. In their makeup, they want to have a family. They want to be in a relationship. They want to be married. They want to be connected to you. And for you, you're all about service, okay? Eating healthy, learning to eat healthy, learning how to, create some sort of service-oriented business, okay? So if you're in a business where you serve other people or you help people, that's something that you may want to do. I'm also getting for you, like I said, you and your person have the north node, and it's literally conjunct. You have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you have 7 orbs away. That's a soulmate. That's a soulmate. Okay. So as you can see here, there's a very, very strong connection. You both are very much in touch with your emotions, and your person can be very emotional. They can be very highly strung. Your person also has in the 8th and 7th house, they have a stellium. So they need other people. They cannot just, not be around other people. They need that. Your person's all about collaborating, and your person receives the most benefits when they work with other people or collaborate. Okay, and they're really good at that as well. So I feel, based on what I see here, you both are soulmates. There's a very, very strong energy here of collaboration, but your person is going to test you. They're going to test you constantly, because you don't want to repeat this life again. Okay, and that's my findings. That's what I've picked up on in your studies and information. And if you have any questions about that, you can contact me and I'll explain everything to you if you need more information. Okay, so I've spent a few minutes on that, and now I want to get into the reading, and I'm going to start off with pulling some cards and seeing exactly what energy is taking place between your person. And I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling. And also, while I'm doing these readings, I'm not only just pulling cards, I'm channeling messages. I'm very much connected to the energy. Okay, I'm very much connected to the energy to see exactly what is really happening. I'm going to be channeling messages. I'm going to be, I might say some things and you might say, wow, yeah, that really makes sense. Okay, so let's get into your reading. I'm going to use these cards as the base, and then I'm going to use the other deck as a clarifier, just because this deck is really heavy. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a golden deck and it's super, super heavy. So want to make sure that, because I cannot shuffle it the other way. Okay, so tell me about Brenda. We want to know about Brenda. Brenda's a Virgo. Her person's a Capricorn. Tell me about them. What's happening between Brenda and their person? What's happening between Brenda and their person? Judgment in reverse. Okay, so there's something here about you not liking the way your person judges you, or your person may not like the way you judge them. You have to remember that when it comes to judging, there's a need to be discerning and really recognize why you're judging, and is it constructive? Because if it's not constructive, it may lead to conflicts, it may lead to outbursts, it may lead to separation as well. Tell me more about Brenda and her person, Virgo and Capricorn. Brenda and her person. Four of Cups in reverse, okay, at the bottom of the deck. So what this is indicating to me is if there's been some sort of closed off emotional energy, that's going to change. And what I think is really beautiful, like I said before I got into your reading, I just opened the deck like this. I went like this before I started, and the first card, 2 cards I got was 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like you and this person, you're definitely going to work things out. I don't feel like you're just going to give up on one another. Look at that. First card, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, first card is 8 of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to work things out. Okay, I don't feel like you're going to give up on one another. Okay, so past, present. Love it. Remember I was saying the 3 of Pentacles, and there it is. That's beautiful. Okay, tell me more. Near future. Okay. Okay, so what is Brenda's challenge, please? Oh, wow. Okay. So your challenge is the Ace of Wands. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to kind of pull the card back a little bit, but it's the Ace of Wands. Okay. All right. So that's your challenge. And like I said, at the bottom of the deck, you have the 4 of Cups upright. So I'm really strongly getting for you, Brenda, there's a strong energy between you and your person where at one point things may have seemed kind of closed off between you and this person, but I feel over time you may become a little bit more open to this person. They may become more open to you. And underneath that, you have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, the 2 of Swords. It's almost like you and this person are open. You're open to see what's going to happen, but the Hierophant is here in reverse. So there's something here about issues in the marriage, not having patience. Temperance is in reverse. So I feel like if you want this to work and you still want to remain in this marriage, you will need to be patient. You will need to be patient, okay? And I see that even though you try to have a new beginning with this person, it may not happen. You may choose not to have a new beginning, okay, for whatever reasons you choose. But ultimately, I see, energy opening up for you and this person, love flowing once again, okay, over time, if you're patient. If you're not patient and you give up on this, well, the idea of it developing into something more deeper may not happen, okay? So you have to be aware of that. Let's talk about your challenge. Your challenge in love right now is the Ace of Wands. The biggest challenge that Spirit is trying to say to you is what's been really hard for you is to have a new beginning with your person, okay? It's been really difficult to have a new beginning. We're going to find out why it's been difficult for you. Just having a new beginning in general. It's like you want this, but it's been your biggest challenge. And we're going to talk about why it's a big challenge and what you need to know in a moment. Now, in the recent past, Brenda, you have the 8 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. So I feel like in the recent past, you really tried to work things out with this person, with your person. And it may have come to the point where you needed to make a decision about whether or not you were open to working things out with this person. I do feel your person tried to make an offer to you to have a new beginning. But maybe to you, you may have felt like it wasn't good enough. You may have thought to this, person, like, I want more from this. Like, you owe me more. You need to give me more. The Page of Pentacles does not give much. The Page of Pentacles is very, I don't want to say stingy because that's not the greatest description, but it's kind of like an offer. Okay. And it could be potentially an offer that leads to more. And this could have been something your person made an offer to you because the Page of Pentacles is earth energy. Your person is an earth sign, Capricorn. So there's a very strong earth energy here in the past. And we're going to talk more about that and see what this all means for you or what it meant for you in the past. Now, in the present moment, Brenda, you have the 7 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is a very strong energy. I recommend looking up the 3 of Pentacles and see what the 3 of Pentacles really means. I feel with the 3 of Pentacles, there's a really strong energy here of wanting to cooperate and work things out. I do feel as well, by the way, you both are earth signs, so it's not a coincidence here that the earth energy is very strong. I still feel, Brenda, you're giving to this relationship. You're still giving to it. Okay. I still feel like you're being generous because your nature, especially in your chart, is you have Venus in the 7th house. You need a partner. You need a partner. You may say to yourself, oh, like maybe I should just go off and be on your own. The reason why you have a hard time having new beginnings is because you need a partner. That's who you are. You can't change that about yourself. You were born wanting that. And you're also very service oriented. So you're always going to do for others. But you have to remember to create balance. The Six of Pentacles is also about balance. As we can see, there is a scale here, right? Similar to the Libra energy. And one of the things that you have to keep in mind is we never stay one sign. We always progress, okay? So whenever somebody comes on and they say, am I a Virgo or am I a Libra? Am I a Leo or am I a Virgo? I'm a cusp. You're always progressing. Even though you were born as a Virgo, you're always going to progress into a Libra. If you're born as a Capricorn, you're progressing into an Aquarius. If you're born as a Leo, you're progressing into a Virgo. That's how astrology works, because the sky is always constantly moving. The sky is never stagnant. And this is why Spirit asks us to constantly work on ourselves, because we are not stagnant. We're not stagnant beings. We're constantly moving, constantly evolving, constantly changing. Okay, so I feel for you, you're confused in the present moment. You want to know, is my person still talking to other people? Are they cheating on me? Are they still, with other people? Do they really want me? Why is my person always distracted? It's not that your person's always distracted. It's that your person needs the other. They need other people. And your person's a projector, so they're going to constantly project onto other people. They're going to constantly demand things. They're going to always constantly want that. But you also have to remember why your person's in your life. What's the purpose of your person? Your person's purpose in your life is to make you better so that you don't repeat the same lessons again. So we're going to talk about why this situation is confusing, what you need to know, and what you need to gain clarity on in a moment, okay? Okay. Now, let's talk about the future. Now, in the future, you have the Three of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups, and the Devil. I'm going to be really honest with you, okay? And if you've been watching me for a while, and everybody else knows that I don't sugarcoat. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you exactly the issues, and then you're going to make a discerning decision after, okay? Because the decision's yours. I'm only telling you what the energies are. So in the near future, the energy that I'm getting is there's an energy here of wanting to move forward, wanting something better, wanting something more, okay? And the Three of Wands is about growing. It's about learning. It's about really choosing to elevate yourself. Now, this can play out in two ways, and I'm going to tell you how I feel it's going to play out, and I'm going to gather more information as we get through the reading and I clarify, because I'm going to go bit by bit by bit, and I'm going to clarify it, and we're going to get every piece of information that we need to get for you. You have the Eight of Cups here in the future. Now, the Eight of Cups talks about someone who chooses to walk away. The reason why they choose to walk away is because it's not emotionally fulfilling. So one of the things that you need to keep in mind in the near future is you need to make sure that in your relationship, there are things that you and your person are doing that are keeping the relationship fulfilling. If you're just doing same old every day, you work, you come home, you slap yourself on the couch and, whatever, eat some potato chips. And not to say that you do that, but I'm just saying, if that's kind of like a repetitious thing, there needs to be more adventure here. Otherwise, it can lead to you choosing or your person choosing to disconnect. Now, the other way that this can possibly play out is the Devil is here. The Devil is a card of bondage. It's a card of addictions. It's a card of sex addictions, drugs, alcohol, codependency. It could be, being in a relationship that is just focused on the sexual energies and nothing more. So there's a really strong energy here that in the future, there's the potential that you and your person choose to disconnect from this type of energy. Okay. So if there's been toxicity, drugs, alcohol, whatever the case may be, then you and your person may choose to disconnect from that energy in order to be able to completely move forward. And I feel that is more or less a possibility. And the reason why I say that is because the Four of Cups is here in reverse. Something here is going to change. And I feel what's going to change between you and this person after you get this reading is a better understanding of who you both are. So there's less judging, there's less picking at each other, there's less ups and downs. And if there are ups and downs between you and this person, it's not like you two are ragging on one another. It's like, okay, we get it. You know, I get, for example, I'm just going to use myself as an example. I'm a solar plexus as well, similar to you and your husband. And I have my moments where I'm like, some days, and I'm sure you've all have seen me, you know, on the channel, where some days I'm looking great and amazing and I'm shiny and I'm nice and I'm kind. And then other days I'm like, and I'm kind of like a witch. So that's normal. That's completely normal. And when you understand that, understand and overstand that, both you and your partner, it's going to make your relationship so much easier, because when your person flies off the handle, you're not going to take it as personal as maybe you would if you didn't know that. Okay. So your person's function is to get angry, to get mad, to flare up, to be kind of wishy-washy with you. And it's kind of like keeps you on your toes to again become a better person, to become a better version of yourself. So this can play out in two different ways. And like I said, I'm going to clarify and see exactly why it's there and what you need to know. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, like I said, 4 of Cups in reverse. This means somebody is going to be eventually open to love. As time goes on, you're going to become more open and more open, and your person's going to become more open towards you. But there's something here about your relationship. You both need to recognize that you need to be open to one another and patient with one another, because I see there's impatience here. And there could be a lot of manipulation at times. But I'm also seeing that if you and this person want to have a new beginning, it's really important that you both are aware of the patience required in order to do so. Okay, so this is going to require a lot of patience because you're repeating something. Okay, there's something familiar. When you're with your person, you're like, I know you, you're from a past life. That's normal. That's completely 100% normal. Okay, so let's get into your reading, Brenda, and let's see what is going on for you. Tell me about Brenda and her person. 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 I want to say this to you, Brenda, your person really loves you, okay? There's a very strong energy here of love. So I have a bunch of cards that came out. You and your person may be very disconnected at this time. There's definitely a lack of healing here between you and them. 8 of Swords is here. Yeah, there's a very strong closed off energy. I feel like a decision has already been made, and the decision that may have already been made was the fact that a lot of you, both of you actually may have decided not to be together anymore. Maybe you've decided, you know, this isn't for us. Maybe we do need to separate. Maybe we do need to be in a divorce, possibly, okay? And that's why your challenge here is the Ace of Wands, because as much as you want to have some sort of new beginning, it's been super difficult to have some sort of new beginning with your person. 9 of Swords, you're constantly in stress and anxiety about this, and you don't know what to do. You're really hurt. You're hurt because this person lied, they cheated, they weren't honest, okay? They hurt you on a very deep level. Your biggest challenge here is to have a new beginning with this person, but how are you supposed to have a new beginning with this person if they hurt you, if they caused you pain, right? What else? Tower. Your challenge here is the fact that you feel like your marriage is breaking down, things aren't working, things that you built over many years. It's like, you know, how am I going to be able to repair myself from this? How am I going to be able to rebuild? How am I going to have a new beginning? And you have 5 of Wands. There's constant arguing between you and your person, constantly bickering, arguing, not understanding one another, trust issues, constantly up and down with you and this person. So I'm really strongly getting your biggest challenge here is to really ask yourself one important thing. The first thing you need to ask yourself is, how can I heal from this situation? How can I rebuild trust with my person? What are some of the things that we need to do? Do we need to do things that we used to do? You know, like maybe go on dates, spend more time together, talk about one another. One of the things that I recommend is you and your person getting to know and learn more about yourselves, okay? And you both can do this together. You can do this together by learning learning your astrology, learning your human design. One of the things that I also picked up while I was doing research on you was you're very drawn to astrology, and your person may not really be interested in that. Your person might say, oh, that's hogwash, it's hocus pocus, like whatever. And your job, your role in your person's life is to ground them and bring them into this plane. Your job is also to expand and open your person's mind. You're very connected to spirit. You could have like vivid dreams at night, or you could hear voices. And when you hear these voices, it's actually your guides and spirit angels speaking to you. So it is not a coincidence you're drawn to astrology. You're drawn to astrology because the more you learn about yourself, the more you're less likely to repeat this life. Okay. So your challenge for your love life right now is, how can I have a new beginning? How can I heal my heart? How can I work with my partner to heal my heart? And how can I rebuild my relationship? And there's ways that you can do that. There's ways in which you can rebuild your relationship. And I'm going to pull one card from here. This is why I took the little mini deck, because I want to just pull another card here for this in a moment. But I also want to talk about the Five of Wands. I feel with your challenge, the Five of Wands, you and your person have a lot of bickering and arguing because, first of all, you have to remember there's a time and place for things, okay? There's a time to talk about things. There's a time to say, you know what, not now, let's talk about this later. There's a time when you need to spend time on your own, okay? Your energy is one of loneliness, okay? So you could be someone who spends a lot of time on your own, or you feel like you don't really have somebody to confide in, but your person is the person that helps you with that. So one of the things that I feel you need to learn is how to really, really accept being on your own, okay? Not always feeling like you need to be with somebody or be with your partner, because you need that to regenerate. And part of you spending time on your own is gonna help you to recognize your wave. Your wave as a solar plexus strategy, okay? So you're, in your authority, you are an emotional solar plexus. When you feel like you're not good, like you feel like you're just down, and you know when you feel icky and you're like, I don't really feel well, and you might start saying, and you might complain about things, like that's what emotional solar plexuses do. They get very like, and some people are like, can you just stop? Like, I don't want to hear it anymore. But that's your function. That's you. That's your inner authority saying, I'm not good right now. And when you're not good, it's not a good idea to engage with your partner. At that moment, you're meant to say to your partner, okay, let's talk about this later. And maybe you do that, okay? There's different levels that you're gonna be on compared to your person. Some of us are a little more elevated than our person, or it could be vice versa. So in order to avoid conflicts and to entertain or be more connected to having this new beginning, you really have to watch when you're having conversations with your person, because your person's highly emotional. Your person's very up and down. They're very dual. So even though your person's a Capricorn tends to be very studious. They tend to be very structured and organized. Your person, really, who they really are, they're very emotional. And it could lead to a lot of conflicts and more of a breakdown. So your biggest challenge here is to, 1, rebuild your relationship. 2, heal your heart. Find ways to do that. And that means loving yourself, focusing on yourself, becoming the best version of yourself, learning about yourself, okay? And the next thing is, how are you going to rebuild this relationship? That's your biggest challenge moving forward. And once you focus on these 3 points, the likelihood of you and this person having a new beginning is most likely going to happen. Okay, tell me more. I just want one more card for Brenda's challenge. Tell me about the 3 of Swords, the Tower, and the 5 of Wands. What does Brenda need to know? Tell me about Brenda. What does she need to know about her and her person? Okay. 9 of Swords in reverse. Don't worry. What Spirit is telling you is stop worrying, because worrying is not going to help the situation. Okay. And it's interesting because at the bottom of the deck, look, it's not a coincidence. Look what's at the bottom of the deck of the first clarification, 9 of Swords. And look what you got. 9 of Swords in reverse. That's beautiful. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to have a new beginning, but you need to focus on ways to rebuild your relationship, ways to really heal your heart, and ways to really learn how to effectively work on the conflict, okay? And that has a lot to do with the solar plexus and the emotional wave. If you and your person are not doing well on that day, don't talk about anything. Don't talk about it, okay? Wait until you both are calm and back into this place of balance. That's going to be a really important key to you getting over this challenge that you're facing. Okay. Now let's talk about the past. Now in the past, there was a decision that needed to be made. And the decision that needed to be made was whether or not you and your person were open to working things out. There was an opportunity here for you both to do this. One of you could have said, listen, I want to give to the situation. I want to work it out. I want to make sure that we don't break up. I want to make sure that we stay together. So let's talk about it. Tell me more about the past for Brenda and her person. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to your chart. So for you, your rising is Aries and your Mars is in Gemini. So you're the Queen of Swords here. Okay, this is how you identify. I'm gonna show you. So as you can see, this is how, and I talked about this in my workshop. Okay, this is what I teach. So I'm just going to show you what I teach and how I do astrology, which helps me to better understand, and overstand the tarot readings. So you're really in Aries, right? So what I do is I look for Mars, and Mars is where? In the 3rd house. So you're really a Gemini. Okay, you're really a Gemini, which means you're this air energy. Your person is a Gemini rising, which isn't a coincidence. You see soulmates. That's how you can tell your person's a soulmate, because you both share the same real sign. Okay, where is his Mars? Where is his Mercury? Because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so his Mercury is in Capricorn. So he's really a Capricorn. He's really a Capricorn, and he also has that in the. He has this in the 8th house. Okay. So he could be more or less scorpionic energy. Your person has a very high sex drive as well. That's something I noticed as well too. So your person's the fire energy. They're more of a fiery energy, okay? And so you could see when you look at these two energies, it's almost like you're trying to talk to your person, but they may kind of be drifted away here. So in the past, there was a strong energy here about making a decision on whether or not you two should abandon this relationship, abandon the situation. And I do feel at some point, okay, you have the Sun in reverse. There was a lot of unhappiness in the past because of maybe finding out that there was a third party here, and you have the Lovers. So you two really loved each other in the past. There was a level of cooperation here in the past. Tell me more about the Eight of Pentacles for Brenda. You have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So it's almost like you and this person that you are inquiring about, your husband, I'm really strongly getting that you and this person tried to work things out. Like you and your person really tried to work things out because there was a lot of love here, a lot of passion. So there was a lot of contemplating in the past. Should we stay together? Should we disconnect? Should we not? I do feel that one of you was extremely logical in the past and the other one was extremely emotional. And like I said, your person comes across as very emotional, and you could be very balanced as well. Okay. And there's your person, the King of Pentacles. Your person tried to make an offer to you in the past because they didn't want to lose you. And I really feel, I'm just going to say this, Brenda, I really feel you and your person are really codependent on one another. It's like you would be devastated and your person would be devastated if you both broke up. If you both had a divorce, your life would change. And I don't feel you and your person are meant to get a divorce because you and your person are meant to teach each other certain things. You have the Eight of Swords. It was very difficult for you to get out of this place of, you know, being isolated and closed off. And your person, like I said, your person is the one that helps you out of that. Your person's the one that helps you out of this place of isolating yourself and being on your own. And you have the Ace of Wands. So in the past, your challenge was in the past as well too. Your challenge in the past was, hey, how can we have a new beginning? Your person wanted to have a new beginning with you. Your person wants to be with you. Okay. One of the things that I feel is really important that I need to mention to you is while I was doing research on your person, between the ages of, I believe it was 28 to 34, your person had a really hard time. And you had mentioned to me that something happened around that time that really affected your relationship. I'm not going to talk about that on here because it's private. But I feel during that time when, between the ages, when he was 28 to 34, he was going through a lot of pressure. Okay. And that could also be the reason why the issue that you're inquiring about came up. So I feel in the past, there was a very strong energy of wanting to have a new beginning with you, despite there being these issues. Okay. That's what I see here in the past. And there was a decision that needed to be made. I don't think that decision was really made. I do feel there was this energy here of a disconnect though, like a very strong disconnect. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I wanna talk about the present moment. Now, in the present moment, there's tons of confusion. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of illusion here. I feel you're still giving to the situation, and there's still an opportunity for you and this person to cooperate and get things to work, okay? So let's talk about this confusing situation, 7 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's like you and your person in the present moment, there's a possibility of being more open. Okay, dropping the guard, dropping the burdens, dropping this closed off energy. Why is the 7 of Cups here for Brenda in the present moment? King of Swords, the Star, and the 7 of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. So one of the things that I see here, first of all, I want to say the idea of you moving towards someone new, I don't see that happening. Okay, Ace of Cups in reverse. I see you and this person sitting down in the present moment, especially you. Okay, I feel like you're going to be the one doing this because you're the King of Swords. There's something here in the present moment, Brenda, about really sitting down with yourself and thinking about what it is that you want. What is it that you want? Because whatever it is that you want, you're the guiding force in this relationship. When I looked at your Vedic, okay, with the spiritual advisor, I really saw, first of all, you're a bull. You're a male bull in Vedic, okay? So we all have animals that we are. We all take on roles of animals, okay? For example, you know, for the spiritual advisor, he's going to explain all of that too. We all have animals. Your person also has their animal. But one of the things that I saw, because there's depictions of who you are. So we can look at pictures that represent your soul. Okay, we have certain ways of doing that. So one of the things that I noticed is your husband is the person who rides the bull. You're the bull. Your person rides the bull. Even though your person looks like he's the one in control, he's not. You're the one in control. So what Spirit is telling me in the present moment is, in order to deal with this confusing situation and to make the right decision, you need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself what you want out of this situation. How do you want it to work? How do you want it to happen? The Star is here. There's a very strong possibility that you and this person are going to heal the confusing situations and elements that are affecting your relationship. Okay, there's a very, very strong energy of that happening. There's tons of confusion, okay? And I feel like I need to clarify a little bit more, so I'm gonna use the mini, and we're gonna just do a little bit more clarification because I feel like I need more information. Tell me more about the 7 of Cups, the King of Swords, the Star, and the 7 of Cups. Why is it here? What does Brenda need to know about her and her person? Okay, 2 cards. So we have the Chariot, the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and you have the Emperor. There's a very strong possibility, that you and your person will move forward from this confusion. One of the things that I see here, Brenda, is it's really important to ask yourself why you keep isolating yourself, why you keep removing yourself from this confusing situation. I know this is something that you don't want to be in, but I think one of the things that you need to really clearly think of, because you're the boss. You're the boss. You may not feel you're the boss, but you are. Okay, you're the boss. And if you want things a certain way, your partner will follow. Your partner went through a really hard, challenging time during the period of the age of 28 and 34. Okay, and that could be the reason why there was this energy of stepping out and doing what he did. But there is an opportunity in the present moment that if you are open to not isolating yourself and disconnecting from your person, there's an opportunity for you both to heal from this and bring stability back into the connection and move forward. But I really feel you're the one that is going to drive that. You're the one that is going to determine if this is something that you want to get clear on, because whatever confusion's happening, it could be cleared up if you sit down with yourself and you make some sort of plan, okay? Because there is an opportunity for that. Let's clarify the 6 of Pentacles in the present moment. Why is the 6 of Pentacles here for Brenda? Wow, okay. Wow. Okay. Not a coincidence. Look. What you don't see coming is the Four of Cups, right? That's what you don't see coming. And look what just popped out randomly. I didn't even pull it. It just popped out. Okay. Four of Cups is indicating to me that the more you give to this person, the more they're going to open up emotionally to you, or the more they give to you, the more you're going to open up emotionally. So this is about your connection becoming stronger and stronger and stronger over time. Now, even though there's trust issues here, there's still this opportunity to recognize why this happened and how the situation can come back into balance. You have the Queen of Cups. There's tons of love here. It's a very emotionally charged relationship. And you have the Ace of Cups. So I'm really strongly getting in the present moment that there's an opportunity for you and this person to have a new beginning. And even though there's an opportunity to have a new beginning, it looks like for you and your person with the Ace of Cups, there could be a possibility of new love here, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting more or less that you're giving to this, your person's giving to this, things are starting to open up, there's an opportunity to heal. You and your person are recognizing how important the connection is. There's a desire to have a new beginning. There's a want to have a new beginning here because of the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, okay? So it looks like in the present moment, you and this person, you're both really interested in collaborating and working together and making something happen. And you have to also realize here, Brenda, you and your person are meant to be together. There's a very strong functioning energy here that works. Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. Remember I told you at the beginning of the reading, Three of Pentacles was the main energy. You and your person are going to work things out. Bottom line. Bottom line. I don't have a single doubt. I don't have a single doubt. You're going to get over this. You're going to have a new beginning. But this is about you creating balance between your person and creating balance between yourself. Because you're really in this life to serve you, not to serve others. As much as you may think, oh, it's my job to serve my partner, it's my job to serve this person and that. No. Your job is to serve yourself so that you can become the example that people look up to. Both you and your partner are meant to be examples that people look up to. And this is why you're being called in the present moment to work together. Page of Cups is all about forgiveness. This is about forgiving what happened. Not only judging it and looking at it and say, oh, you did this, you did that to me, but why did it happen? Was there pressure? Was there a separation? Was there some sort of discontent? What happened? Can you forgive? Are you able to forgive? One of the challenges for left angle people, individuals, is the ability to forgive. Left angle people go through so much trauma in this life that they're in this place of not being able to forgive. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you cannot forgive, it leads to repeating life cycles. It leads to repeating the same old. And you know what? When people choose to, let's say, commit suicide, or people choose to let go of a partner, or people choose to separate, or people choose to step out of the relationship, they're creating karma for themselves. They're creating that karma for themselves, and that's eventually going to come back around. So it's important that we forgive, and that's something that you're being called to do in the present moment when it comes to this relationship. It's all about this relationship. Okay, so there's an opportunity, Brenda, for you and your person to work things out. I'm really feeling that 100% it's going to happen, but you need to have patience with this person. Forgiveness is going to be key. Getting clear on the direction of the relationship, getting clear on how this relationship is going to move forward. And if you and this person can agree on that, it looks like it can lead to you and them moving forward. Okay, because your challenge again is the Ace of Wands. If you're able to do what I mentioned to you, it can lead to this new beginning. So let's talk about the near future. Now, in the near future, I see you and this person moving on. You're going to completely move forward. It looks like you're moving to the next phase. Now, I don't know if this is you moving forward on your own or with your person. We're going to find out. Tell me more about the Three of Wands for Brenda. What's happening for Brenda in the near future? You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You may decide to withdraw. You may decide to travel on your own. You may decide to kind of keep your options open or do your own thing. Tell me more about the Three of Wands for Brenda. What's happening for Brenda in the near future? Four of Wands. Tell me more about Brenda. Three of Wands in the near future. In the near future, I see you disconnecting a little bit, okay? And the reason why you're disconnecting is because what you're gonna realize and learn is that your soul mission and purpose is to pour into yourself. If you are someone who has been giving and giving, which I see you doing in the present moment, you're constantly giving to everyone. You give to this person, that person, you give to your kids, your husband, you give to your friends, you give, and then you forget about yourself. If you've been doing that in the near future, you're going to recognize that you're not meant to give everything to everyone. Being a little selfish is completely normal. And what that's going to do is it's going to help your marriage commitment move forward. You're going to gain so much clarity in the near future about your relationship that you're going to change how you approach your partner, how you deal with your partner, how you say things, how patient you are, how patient your person is. That's all going to change, okay? Because what's happening is once you start to kind of go within and spend more time on your own and you really think about things, sometimes all it takes is a little period of separation between your person and you, and it leads to so much more clarity. It leads to so much more clarity of what this relationship means and how this relationship can move forward, okay? So in the near future, you and your person are going to gain, more clarity. And as you can see, there's a child here. So there's no breakup. There's no divorce. It's not going to happen. You both are going to stay together and you're going to gain more strength, more clarity on this relationship. That's what Spirit's saying. Now, you may choose independently of this reading that you want to disconnect, but I don't feel that's happening. Okay. Let's do some clarification on the Eight of Cups and let's see why it's there. Look at that. Let's talk about what's at the bottom. Remember how I said being independent, doing your own thing, loving yourself, pouring into yourself, looking good, looking better than anybody else. One of the things that I notice about your chart, people judge you. You're a lot like me in a way where we're both very successful women. People are intimidated by us. There's an energy here, Brenda, of you dimming your light. Like you dim your light. You're like, oh, I don't want to be too important. I don't want to look too good. I don't want to. No, stop dimming your light. Stop dimming your energy because you feel people are going to judge you. Okay. The right people who are meant for you are not going to judge you. They're going to see who you are. They're going to respect who you are. So at the bottom of the deck here, it's indicating to me it's time for you to work on yourself. It is key. The more you work on yourself and the more your husband sees this, the more he's going to be interested in this. The more he's going to be interested in keeping this. Not that he doesn't want to, but this is about the energy. Okay, so this is about you still continuing to focus on you, but also still gaining clarity on the relationship. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups for Brenda in the near future. Six of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Tell me more. Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Like I said, and I'm going to say this again, there will be a period in the relationship in the near future where it may feel like you and this person are getting a divorce. It may feel like you and this person are never going to be together again. But there will be a period of time where you choose to disconnect, both you and your person. But I also feel there will be a point in time where you and this person come back together. Okay? Because there's something here about you needing that time on your own. You need that. That's completely normal. You're the 40 and he's a 40 and 37. So there will be a period of time where you and your person disconnect, but then you come back together. Okay. Tell me more about this Eight of Cups. Tell me more. Okay. This one's popping out. Oop. Queen of Cups. Justice, Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Magician, And the Four of Pentacles, yeah. So you both are still going to hold on to one another, but I feel in the near future, you're going to do more or less your own thing. So you're still going to be together. And the reason why you're choosing to be together is because there's a lot of money here. There's a lot of abundant resources, like you and this person just disconnecting. There's too much abundance between you two. There's too much abundance, okay? So I see you disconnecting temporarily to work on yourself. I see you and this person disconnecting, but that is not going to happen for long, okay? It's a short period of time of you separating. And it could be because something toxic in the connection in the near future is coming up. And the more you two disconnect, the more you two realize what needs to change. Sometimes a separation is necessary, especially a temporary one, for us to realign ourselves. And that's what I'm seeing here. Tell me more about the Devil for Brenda. The Devil for Brenda. Why is it here in the near future? Four of Swords in reverse. The Strength. Justice. Beautiful. 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 Love it. You may decide, Brenda, and I'm just going to say this to you, you may decide to have a new beginning. You may choose independently of this reading that you don't want to be with this person anymore. There's a very small chance of there being a divorce, okay? And the reason why I say that is because with the Devil being here, there is something about, again, sex addictions, drugs, alcohol. It could be one of those things. And you may get a sense here in the near future with the Strength that you need to find the inner strength to completely disconnect from this, because the ability to heal from it is impossible for you, okay? And that's why your challenge is the Three of Swords, and in the near future, the Four of Swords is in reverse. So it's like you're finding it very difficult to heal from this. It's like so difficult. It's like, how can I trust this person? How can I get back into this place of trust? So things can go either way. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. So I feel with the Fool here, intuitively, you know it's time for you to move on and move to some sort of new beginning, okay? And that's what I'm seeing in terms of that. But let's do a little bit more clarification. Tell me about the Devil. What is likely to happen here in the near future? I'm going to pull an outcome card for you because I'm interested in knowing what could potentially happen here. You have the Hangman in reverse, okay? And you have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So it's almost like you're not able to get over this. Ten of Swords in reverse. It's like, even though it's difficult for you to get over this, I still don't see you letting it go. I don't see you and your person letting this go. I just don't. But you may get a sense that you need space or you need to disconnect. Okay, so let's get some outcome cards. I'm going to pull an outcome card and then I'm going to pull some advice for you. And then we'll move on to your person and see what's going on with them. Tell me about Brenda. What is the outcome of this marriage, this commitment? What is likely to happen here as the outcome? And we're going to pull another outcome as well to see with your person. Wow, okay. So you had 3 cards come out. You have the King of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the King of Cups in reverse. The problem that I see here, okay, in the outcome is you and this person are going to get really clear on things, but one of you is going to be emotionally unavailable. And this is the problem, right? Part of having this new beginning is going to require you and this person to be open, okay? So if one of you wants to get clear on things and wants this, while the other one is still not emotionally available, this can really lead to some sort of disconnect, okay? And this is something that you need to be aware of. There's also something here, Brenda, about not being emotionally fulfilled. Okay, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So the idea of you and this person having a new beginning, it doesn't look like it in the end. You may decide to be withdrawn from this person and they may decide to be withdrawn from you. And there's an energy here, Brenda, of you wanting to have a new beginning because you're so deeply hurt. Getting over this is not going to be easy for you. It's a very, very hard thing to get over is what I'm getting, okay? So is there a possibility of new beginning? Yes. But only if you can forgive. If you cannot forgive and you're still holding on to this pain and you don't trust them and there's a lack of emotional fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, then it could lead to new love. That's why you have new love in the center of your reading. Okay, so let's get into the other portion of your reading. Okay, and we're going to talk more about your person, because the second portion of your reading is about focusing on your person. Okay, this is about focusing on your person and what do they really want? What are they feeling about you? Where are they at? Okay, in terms of this. Okay, and I just want to say this one thing. Your person is not somebody who is usually gonna go out there and be with a bunch of different people. I feel like your person really wants marriage with you, but the big test for you is forgiveness. And I think, you know, a lot of us determine what we want, right? You can say to somebody, look, I don't trust you. I don't want to be with you. But the lesson still remains the same, okay? And I say this to everybody, the lesson's always gonna remain the same. Forgiveness and healing is gonna be paramount, okay? To all relationships that left angles are involved in, okay? So, I'm gonna use this deck for clarification, and we're gonna use the other deck as well. Okay. All right, so Brenda, we're gonna move on to the, before I get into this reading, I'm gonna pull some advice for you, because that's also included in this reading. And we're gonna see what advice Spirit has for you, which is gonna help you make a better decision, because at the end of the day, the decision's yours, it's not mine. I'm just here to relay the messages to you, but the decision's always going to be yours, okay? So what is the advice for Brenda? What is the advice for Brenda? Four of Cups, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, okay? And you have the Page of Cups in reverse. So Page of Cups in reverse is a lack of being able to forgive, okay? Because you're not able to forgive this person, okay, your person, it leads to a lot of unhappiness, okay? It leads to you wanting to forget about the past. It leads you to this place of not being loving or emotionally available. It leads to a lot of instability. So your biggest piece of advice here is to really observe your person. Observe the type of love they're giving you. Observe the type of energy they're giving you. The biggest piece of advice here is if you feel rejected or you feel like you're not wanted in this relationship, you need to confront that. One of the things that I noticed about you is you don't like confrontation. You're not a confrontational person. You don't like arguing. You don't like fighting. You're not somebody who flies off the handle. Okay, so one of the things that you're being called to do is really approach your person and look at them for who they are. If you feel, or your person feels, there's a lack of an emotional bond or emotional connection, that really is something that you need to look at. Because if you're not happy, if you're in a place of feeling like your relationship isn't stable, if you're not able to forgive, if you're not able to completely get back to this place of, you know, being with this person the way it used to be, then that may be something that you need to look at. Because there's no point in staying in a marriage or a commitment if there's no happiness. Staying in a marriage and commitment just because there's resources, children, money, sure, but then that just leads to the energy of not being happy. So this is about you looking at your person face to face, talking with your person, talking about how you feel. Maybe you feel rejection. Maybe you feel like this person isn't available to you. Maybe you feel like there's a bunch of on and off energy. This is about getting clear on why something is happening, but facing it, not running away from it, but facing it. And facing it at the right time, right? Because the solar plexus, you're gonna have ups and downs. So knowing the timing, the right timing is gonna be key. You have the Knight of Pentacles also in reverse here at the bottom of the deck. So that's doing things without thinking, doing things without being structured. So having a face-to-face conversation and explaining to this person, your person, you know, this is how I feel, this is what's happening, you know, where do we go from here is going to be super, super important, but making sure you're doing it not when your person's in rage or anger. doing it when you both are in this place of calmness is going to be key, because I see that happening. That's the advice, to face one another, to talk about why there's a feeling of rejection. Okay. Because there's a sense here, well, what if they cheat? What if they lie? What if they go with someone else? And that has to be faced. Okay. And that's the biggest piece of advice for you. Now let's get into the second portion of your reading. We're going to talk about your person, and we're going to talk about how they're viewing you, how they feel, and the actions they're likely to take in this relationship. We're going to look at the outcome. I'm going to pull one card again for outcome. And the outcome that I pulled before is more or less the outcome that could happen based on your side. And then the second outcome is more or less based on your person and what they may want out of this outcome as well within the relationship. And then we're going to pull one card to see what your person wants to say to you if they had a chance. I'm going to clarify each and every card. Okay. Tell me about Brenda and her person. Tell me about her person. Her Capricorn. Tell me about Brenda and her person. Tell me about her person. Okay, this is how your person's viewing you, and I'm going to show you the cards in a moment. How do they feel? Actions they're likely to take. Okay. The outcome. Okay, and if they had something to say to you, what would they say? Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. So the overall energy for your person is the Eight of Swords. Your person's feeling super isolated, okay, when it comes to the relationship. They feel like because of something here that happened in the past, it's really affected your connection. Obviously here, Eight of Swords and the, third party situation. This person wants you to put it behind you. They don't want you to reminisce about that, but it is taking time for you to get over it. Okay, so they're still in this place of being alone or feeling some sort of disconnect with you. So let's talk about how this person is viewing you. Okay, so your person's viewing you as the King of Cups. You've been extremely emotionally unavailable to them. They view you as somebody at one point you were really loving, really open, really giving in terms of emotions. But now you there's an energy here, Brenda, of you just kind of going with the flow with things. It's like, oh, I have to take care of the kids. Oh, I have to do this. I have to do that. But then there's no real connection there. So your person feels in a way that you don't want them, or you're not emotionally available. And you have the Ten of Wands, so you're tired. Like you're tired of the burdens and the difficulties in the connection. But at the same time, you believe that there's an opportunity for happiness and love between you and this person. So the love is still there. It's still there, but there's a reason why you're coming across as being emotionally cold. Because there's an emotionally cold energy, and you are naturally an air energy. Even though you're a Virgo, you have a very strong energy of Gemini, because your rising is Aries and your Mars is in Gemini, which makes you more of a Gemini energy. And your person is more or less like a Pisces, because your person has Gemini as their rising, and they have the moon there, and they also have Mercury, which is in Capricorn. So they're like a Capricorn and a Pisces. Okay. So in a way, you're showing this person that yes, you're still there. Yes, you still believe in having the family. You still believe in having this, but it's become difficult for you. And that's why you haven't been emotionally available to them. Okay. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. All right. How does this person feel about you? We have the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles in the World. This person, your person, feels done. They feel like it's done. No matter how much they try to make an offer to you or give an opportunity, they feel like no matter what they do, they get a sense that you're going to leave anyways. They feel like you're going to abandon the situation and just leave. And that's why they may sense that things are done. And that may be the reason why they're in this Eight of Swords energy, because they feel hopeless, or they feel like they don't really have the type of control that they want. And the actions they're likely to take, we have the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. So a decision still has to be made. As much as you may have tried to make a decision about this in the past, it was never really made. So a decision still has to be made. That's how they're coming towards you. Okay, that's how your person's coming towards you. Ace of Swords, they want clarity on this decision. And I do see your person really focused on themselves. And the only reason why your person's super focused on themselves is because they're trying to show you what you need to do. Your person's a mirror, okay? Your person's a direct mirror of what you need to do. So again, this is about you learning to love and appreciate yourself and not expecting everything from your person. Because your person has business with other people. Like, that's their function. They're meant to go out and kind of be with other people. That's their drive. That's what keeps them going. It doesn't mean that they don't love you, but that's what needs to happen. I'm not saying that cheating, lying is the right thing. It's not. But that's the function, okay? It's like when somebody is... has blue eyes. They can't change those blue eyes because that's how they were born. So there's a really strong energy here of your person wanting you to make a decision, and we're going to talk about what that decision may be in a moment, okay? So let's do some clarification. Okay. Want to clear the energy? Okay. So let's clarify how they're viewing you. Let's clarify the King of Cups. How is Brenda's person viewing her at this time? Your person feels that you're done, like you're finished, you're done. You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, you have the Hangman, and you have the Page of Cups. This person really views you as somebody here that they want forgiveness from. They want that from you. Page of Cups is my forgiveness card. And you all know, if you've been watching me for quite some time, Page of Cups is always my forgiveness card. It's my card of, will you forgive me? Will you be a little more understanding? This person is viewing you as someone who's not taking action. You're not, maybe at one point you're very generous, but you're slowly kind of pulling that back. You're pulling back a lot, okay, from them, more and more as the days go on. And the Hangman here is about feeling kind of in this place of being tied up, not really being able to make a move or take action. And what your person wants in terms of how they're viewing you, they want you to look at this from a different perspective. They're saying, please look at this from a different perspective. Don't shut me out. I know it's been difficult. I know it's been difficult for us, but I get a sense that, you know, she's closing in on me. That's what I'm getting. Tell me more about the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Six of Swords. I can't tell you. You've been like, your emotions have been shut off. You're hiding. You're closed. There's a closed energy. Your person, it gets a sense that you're pushing them away. You could say, I'm busy, I don't have time. There's this on and off energy. You're constantly in and out. When things start to get really difficult, you just disconnect. When your person starts going crazy and, you know, going into their crazy mode, you disconnect. And you start to protect your energy and protect yourself. Okay, so there's a very detached energy. That's how you're coming across. Tell me more about how this person is viewing Brenda at this time. Knight of Swords in reverse, King of Pentacles in the World. They really feel it's done. That's how they're viewing you. Like you're done. You're done with this marriage. You're done with this commitment. You're done. Okay. World here, upright. You have the King of Pentacles upright, and you also have the King of Swords in reverse. So you see, you're the King of Swords. Your person is the King of Pentacles. You see how they're looking at the world as if it's done? Because you're not taking action. You're not doing anything. You're completely withdrawn. You're not the same as you were before. And one of the things that I was thinking about when I was thinking about your relationship, and I talked to my spiritual advisor, I said, how is somebody supposed to heal when somebody has lied and cheated? How is that? Like, how can you restore that? And that is going to be your biggest challenge, because if you're not able to forgive and get back to this place of trust again, there will be this assumption that things are done. Okay, and that's how your person's viewing you right now. And the more you disconnect, the more they feel like, oh, maybe I've lost Brenda. Maybe Brenda doesn't really want to be with me. Okay, so let's talk about how your person is feeling. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, and the King of Swords in reverse, and the Four of Cups upright. So your person, they feel that you don't talk to them anymore. There's a lack of communication, which leads to a lack of stability, which leads to them feeling like, what's the point of me fighting for this? If your person sees that you're still interested and you want to work this out, I see them making an offer. But again, like I said, it's very much dependent on what energy you're giving to this person. Finding yourself in a position where you can't forgive means that if this repeats again with someone else, you're going to just find yourself in the same position. So there's a lesson here. The lesson is forgiveness. Are you able to forgive? Are you able to talk and sit down and say, look, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. I feel like I can't trust you. I feel like the chances of us restoring the trust is probably not going to happen. The more you avoid the confrontation, because the problem here is that you get a sense that if you approach your person and you say something, they just blow up and they get angry and get upset. But the reality here is, like I said, there's a time and place. You don't just go and talk to this person at any time. You talk to them when the timing is right. Okay, so your person feels right now like you're not talking, it's leading to instability, and it's leading them to believe that maybe it's not worth fighting for because you're going to leave anyways. Okay, tell me more about how this person feels about Brenda. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Three of Wands in reverse and the Death. Your person feels like the chances of you both moving forward is not going to happen, the Empress. And it's because you're deciding that. So there's a strong energy here, Brenda, of things coming to an end. That's how your person's feeling. Like they're worried things are going to come to an end. They're trying to make some sort of offer to you, but it's been difficult for them to make this offer to you because they already assume that you're done. Tell me more about the World. How does this person feel about Brenda? Four of Swords. They want to heal things with you. You have the Empress and you have the Queen of Cups. This person feels like if they're able to heal things with you, it could lead to maybe, you being a little bit more open to love. This person, your person, there's a very strong energy here of wanting to heal with you because you're the mother of their children. The chances of this person like going through a major breakdown is most likely going to happen because, like I said, whenever I think of your relationship with your person, I think of the Bull and I think of your person, and the spiritual advisor will talk about that. The Bull, you can ask the spiritual advisor about what I meant by the Bull, and your person's image is an image of riding a bull. So it's almost like your person needs you. So when you're gone and you're disconnected, it may lead to this person having some sort of breakdown. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind as well. I'm not saying that your decision should be based on that. Your decision should be based on, what you feel is good for you. But your person wants whatever issues that happen between you and them to come to an end. And with the Four of Swords, this is about healing. So your person would like nothing more to see you healed. The mother of their children, Empress, and the Four of Swords healed. And they want to put an end to this drama, okay? And they want to see you back in this place of being open to giving love and being loving, because that's how you were before, but that has changed. So let's talk about the actions this person's likely to take towards you. Tell me more about the Nine of Cups for Brenda's person. How are they coming towards Brenda? You have the Six of Cups in reverse. You have the Two of Cups and you have the Sun. Oh. as I pulled those cards out, I really got emotional. Like, I feel like crying. Your person, the way they're coming towards you, they want you to forget about what happened in the past. They really do. They want you to completely forget about it. There's such a sad energy here, Brenda, of sadness. Like, whatever happened in the past, the idea of you and this person breaking up because of something in the past, the only reason why, if your person told you what they did in the past and they were honest and they said that, it's because it was eating them alive. It was literally eating them, like it was eating at them, you know, and they could have said to themselves, I cannot live with this lie. Like, I can't keep living with this lie anymore. I can't be in a relationship with Brenda and live in a lie. And I feel so much sadness. I feel so much sadness, you know, and look, they want, the way they're coming towards you, the Six of Cups, they don't want you to just focus on something that happened in the past. And there's so much sadness here, right? It's like, I want to be happy again in my relationship. You know, I want to be, I want my relationship to be happy again. I want it to be you know, and I'm crying. You see, I'm crying. It's it's super, I'm channeling this I don't know what to do. You know, I don't know how to make this situation better. This person wants you to be satisfied. They're coming towards you to find a way to satisfy you, to make you happy. And you know, I can't explain it anymore. Six of Cups in reverse, they just don't want you to remember the past. They want you to forget about it. Because they want to focus on the here and now. They want to focus on the relationship they have with you, okay? And the Ace of Swords is, again, they want to gain clarity. They want some sort of clarity about this decision. It's like, let's get clear on what's best for both of us. You know, it's not, I feel at one point you and your person are going to get really into this place of, you know what, there's no point of being angry and being mad at one another. It's not going to change anything, okay? You know, running away from this, it's not going to change anything. Sitting down and really having that one-on-one is going to be key, because your person doesn't want something from the past to determine your relationship. It shouldn't. Okay, that's how they're coming towards you. And it's a very emotional energy. Okay, I can feel it. It's like, as soon as I pulled these cards, I got hit with this slap of emotion, and I'm like, whoa, what is that? Because I feel stuff when I'm pulling cards. It's energy. This is all energy. I'm just the channeling everything for you. Okay. And your person, like I said, they're very emotional. Very emotional. Why? I'm going to pull your person's chart up again. Here's your person's chart. Gemini. Gemini is the two people. Your person could be one way, 1 minute, and then another way. They can be sweet, caring, loving. They touch you in a nice way. They talk to you sweet. And then boom, they turn into somebody else. And that's their nature. The moon on the ascendant means that your person's more connected to their mother than they were their father. They were more connected to their mother than their father, so they take on that motherly energy. They're super emotional, okay? Tell me more about the Ace of Swords. How are they coming towards Brenda? Very emotional energy here. Wow, okay. Tell me about the Ace of Swords for Brenda. Four of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. So that's you and your person again, okay? So your person wants to get clear on the relationship and what it means to move forward with you, okay? Remember I was saying you two are going to sit down. I'm getting this mature energy, like, okay, let's sit down and let's talk about this. There will be a chance for you and this person to talk and get clear on your relationship. And that's going to help you, Brenda, to make the decision. But one thing that I can say is I don't see you divorcing. I don't see you breaking up unless you decide that. If you decide to walk away, I'm just going to say this, okay? You may have to repeat this lesson again. There's something that happened, and the spiritual advisor will talk to you about this. There's something that happened in your past where you either weren't able to forgive someone or someone wasn't able to forgive you for a mistake that you made. You have karma. You have transpersonal karma, which means the reason why you're in this body and experiencing what you're experiencing is because you have unfinished business with certain souls on this plane. On this planet, you have unfinished business with certain people. When you're drawn to certain people, when you feel like you've known them from some sort of past life, it's because you have unfinished business with them. And Spirit is saying, if you're able to forgive, you will be forgiven. If we're not able to forgive, we will not be forgiven. And that may be something that you need to talk to your person about, especially when it comes with the Two of Pentacles. Tell me more about this decision that Brenda's person is asking her to make, because your person's expecting you to decide. You've needed to decide now, and maybe you've been running away from making this decision. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles for Brenda. How's her person coming towards her? Strength. Finding the inner strength to make the right decision. I feel the way in which this person's going to come towards you is they're going to offer love to you. They're going to show you how much they love you, okay? They're going to really, really show you how much they need you and want this and want to be with you. But at the same time, this person, what I see them doing is they're not going to be so much focused on the outer world as much as they have been. This person knows that they need to make it up to you. He knows that, 100%. Okay. And I see your person not being so much focused on their career or focused on the public life as much as maybe they were before. So there's an energy here of you needing to make a decision about whether or not you're going to accept your person's love and if you're going to be able to heal and forgive. So what is the outcome? You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, there's going to be a major change. Your person's really going to take some sort of action towards you. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles. What is the outcome for Brenda in love? You have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You two are not letting this go. I'm sorry, you're not. Knight of Pentacles in reverse again. Some major change is coming in for you and this person. Nine of Swords upright. And you also have the Knight of Cups. So I feel in the end, there's still going to be this anxious energy all the time. So this is about rebuilding possibly the trust of the relationship. Tell me more about the outcome. Tell me more about the outcome for Brenda and her person. Okay, you have the High Priestess in reverse. You have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And you have the Moon in reverse. In the end, what is going to happen is you and this person are going to have a heart-to-heart. You're going to express your feelings and they're going to express their feelings. If you've been closed off emotionally, that's going to change in the end. You're going to really tell this person how you feel. And there's going to be a huge opportunity for you and this person to bring forth some positive change because the Wheel of Fortune's here. One of the things you have to keep in mind is to listen to your intuition, because you may ignore your intuition in the end, or your person may may ignore their intuition. But I think the important question, Brenda, that you need to ask yourself in the end is, do you trust this person? Can you trust them again? Do you believe this was a one-time thing, or do you believe that it's going to happen again? And I think that's something that you need to talk to this person about. Try not to bottle your energy up. Try not to be afraid of confrontation. Try not to be afraid to sit down and talk, because by you sitting down and talking to your person, it's more likely that your emotions and feelings are going to be transparent and heard. So in the end, I feel there's a big opportunity for you to express how you feel, which is going to bring you and your person closer faster, okay? So I don't see a breakup. I don't see an ending here. I see you trying to work through these emotions and really recognize spiritually why this is happening to you and what you need to learn, okay? Now, let's talk about what your person wants to say to you if they had a chance. Three of Cups. They want to reconcile. They want things to be the way they were before. They don't want you to go and be with someone else. They don't want to be with someone else. They don't, okay? Your person's highly emotional, so they can make decisions, bad decisions at the wrong time. And this is why it's important for you and your person to know one another. The more you know who you are and the more your person knows who they are, the likelihood of issues coming up and not being able to forgive is less likely. Whenever issues come up in the relationship and I know my person has a temper, or I know my person's going to do things, they might do things without thinking, I already know that that's my person's nature. It doesn't mean that they want to be with someone else. It doesn't mean that they want to be in another relationship. You're going to know if someone wants to be with you. They're going to want to spend time with you. They're going to want to do things for you. They're going to want to make sure you're okay and make sure you're happy. Is that something your person's doing? Your person is saying, look, I want to reconcile. I want to come back together with you. I want things to be the way they used to be. What else do they want to say to Brenda if they had a chance? Three of Swords, Judgment, Five of Wands. This person is saying the reason why, this is your person, okay, Devil. Your person is Capricorn, which is ruled by the devil. So your person's directly speaking to you. They're saying, look, I know what I did caused you a lot of pain. I know I'm realizing that now, and I know why we're arguing. I know why there's constant issues. It's because you're still hurt. This person knows that you're hurt. They know you're hurt, okay? They know you're hurt. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. So this person saying, ever since I told you this or confessed this to you, I feel like you're going to leave. Five of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to leave me. Queen of Pentacles, like, I don't know if I should still give to this. And you have the King of Cups. So you both have been withdrawn. And this person saying, I don't know what to do anymore. Nine of Pentacles. If you want to be on your own, then that's what you want. But this person, I'm really strongly getting they want to work things out with you. Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. So they're saying, look, you should still love yourself. You should still focus on yourself, but I want to work on this. I don't want you to be on your own, but if that's what you want, then that's what needs to happen. This person is going to fight for you, okay? They're going to fight for this and they're going to talk to you. But they don't believe that there's going to be a new beginning, because of the energy that's been happening between. There's been so much distance between you two. It's like, oh, we're just going to do this because we have to, because we live together or we're married. It's not really a relationship. And one of the things I'm going to tell you is if that continues to happen, there's going to be more of a disconnect. So it's really important that in the end, you and this person sit down and have that conversation when the timing is right. Okay. So this is what I have for you, Brenda. I hope you got something out of this reading. It was super emotional for me. I'm still like shocked at the level of emotions that I felt throughout the reading. I'm going to keep your details with me. If you have any questions about the reading, if you have questions about your human design, questions about your astrology, you need more clarity, something doesn't make sense, please reach out to me, send me an email, or if you want a quicker response, you can contact me on the live chat. I also want to mention to you that we still need to pick your date for your spiritual advisor meeting. So I believe that's going to be sometime next week, okay, when you're available. And I'm going to correspond with you over email to make sure that the timing is good for you and both the spiritual advisor. I want to thank you so much for trusting me and believing in me to do your reading. And like I said, if you ever at any time you need something, whether it's now or a year from now or 10 years from now, and I'm here, you can contact me. I'm available for you at any time. As long as I'm online, I'm available to you to help you and to give you any clarity that you need, okay? I want to thank you so much. I'm giving you a virtual hug, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure you thank Brenda for being able to allow me to do this energy reading for both you and her. And as always, I'm sending you love and light, and I will see you very soon.